our season ticket holders to be able to fill our stadiums every week. People have gotten used to going from Sunday afternoon to Sunday night. That doesn't mean that they like it. This year, we can be flexed to Monday night, which I think is really inconsiderate to our ticket holders. But to flex a game back to Thursday night, to me, is just abusive. And I am adamantly opposed to it. I think it unfortunately didn't get enough votes today, but it'll probably be revisited in May.
Clap it up.
John Mara.
The G-Man.
Let's go, Giants.
Way to go, John Mara.
Listen, break ranks. Speak truth. It's abusive to the fans. And if the NFL does Thursday night flexing, the message to the fans is we don't give a shit about you.
Especially the ones in the stadium.
That's the message.
Especially the ones like, don't go to the stadium. We don't give a shit about you.
No.
Just watch on TV.
Right. But you're right. They care about the fans who watch on TV because they want to have maximum fans on TV because that's maximum dollars for the rights fees. And again, this is all about propping up streaming because streaming is the future and they're going to be there before we know it. But John Mara saying what's right, doing what's right, and he's one of the most influential owners in the sport. Now, is that enough to get through to Roger Goodell once Roger Goodell gets something in his head that he wants to do because he wants to make Jeff Bezos happy and he wants to have this streaming horizon? And we know how quickly a horizon can become reality. Here's Roger Goodell yesterday talking about the decision to table Thursday night flexing, which is something he clearly still wants to have happen. Have a listen.
There isn't anybody in that room, anybody in any of our organizations who don't put our fans first. That's really important. Obviously, providing the best matchups for our fans is part of what we do. That's part of what I think our scheduling has always focused on. So it's a very important thing for us to balance with what I would call season ticket holders and the in-stadium audience, but we have millions of fans who also watch on television.
How would you respond to players who are concerned that maybe you're putting a broadcast partner on Amazon over their own interests in making some of these changes to Thursday Night Football?
I don't think we are putting Amazon over players' interests. We've always been looking at the data with respect to injuries and the impact on players. That drove our decisions throughout the first 12 or so years of Thursday Night Football and how it's evolved. And I think we have data that's very clear. It doesn't show higher injury rate, but we recognize shorter weeks. We went through this in COVID too. We had to have a lot of flexibility in those areas. So those are obviously different circumstances, but we work very closely on that. I hear from a lot of players directly too. They love the 10 days afterwards. In fact, they call it a mini buy. And so there's some benefits on that side. So you have different views. You want to consider all of them, but players have different views, coaches have different views, and we have to try to balance all of that.
I remember back in the days when Richard Sherman was a player, not part of Thursday Night Football, and would refer to the process as a poop fest. There were some players that hated it, some players that loved it. It's an easier practice week, and we get 10 days off on the back end. Other players, hey, it's too much to turn around and play from Sunday and then play on Thursday. And even though they didn't pass the flexing, and Albert Breer has the informal votes of 22 yes, 8 no, 2 abstentions, so it's only 2 votes away. If those numbers are accurate, it's only 2 votes away from becoming a reality. So there aren't many arms that need to be twisted to give the commissioner what he wants. They have approved 2 teams, or twice per year, short week, Sunday to Thursday now. Every team can be asked up to twice. It used to be once. Now any and every team can be asked up to twice to play Sunday and Thursday. And if they hide behind, Chris, this idea that the injury rate is no different, that is a misleading stat. Jeff Miller rattled that stat off last Friday when I asked him about whether or not the union agreed to this possible Thursday night flexing. Well, you know what? It's not a health and safety issue, Jeff said, because the injury rate's the same with a normal amount of rest and short amount of rest. And it's not enough to just look at how many injuries happen in the game. What about the players who could have played on Thursday who aren't able to play now on Thursday night? That isn't part of your factor that
Yeah, they
that
could have played
supports
Sunday
your
and now
desire.
they can't play Thursday,
Right.
you mean?
They could have played Sunday and now they can't play Thursday. Right. They can't play. So they're not in this analysis of injury rate. And what do we know about the overall wear and tear?
Yeah, what
How
about
much
the
does
next
it add
week?
when you're playing 17 games?
Right.
You didn't get injured, but that injury that you're playing through doesn't feel any better now that you went out and played with a Toradol shot on Thursday night. So I just think it's unfair to focus only on that one fact. But they focus on it because it supports what they're going to do. And if we take it to the extreme, fine. Play Sunday, Monday. Play Sunday, Tuesday. How many days is too few? And how many times per year is too many to expect a guy to play on Sunday and then play on Thursday? And my instinct meshes with what Roger Goodell said when he invoked what happened during the pandemic. Because I firmly believe, Chris, and I tweeted this yesterday, within 5 to 10 years, they're going to be playing games on Tuesday night and Wednesday night every week, and you and I are going to like it.
Yeah.
It's more games we can sit and watch.
Right.
And I think they're going to find a way around the rule that currently prevents them from broadcasting games on Friday nights and on Saturdays. I think at some point, hopefully in my lifetime, they're going to be playing NFL games every day of the week from the moment the season begins to the moment the season ends. And this Thursday night flex, this multiple short weeks, this is just more evidence. It's all out there. It's all staring us in the face. They want to push this toward a primetime game every day of the week, Chris.
I don't want to see football on Friday and Saturday. That should be for the sanctity of high school football and the NFL and college football. I'll say that. All right. The other days of the week, though, okay, I'm up for business. But this is, one, I'm totally on with what John Mara said. Yeah, it's abusive to the fans. It is, especially, all their talk about the in-game experience over the last few years. And now you're going to screw people over and change the day of a game 4 days earlier. Like I said yesterday, hey, I'm coming in on Friday to see the Giants play on Sunday. We got a big flight. I paid thousands of dollars for me and my family to come to the game on Sunday. What? The game's the day before that now? Oh, crap, I can't go, and I'm losing thousands of dollars. It's abusive. It is. It's borderline abusive to the players. It is. More than one time a year, man, I don't know if I love that. I still think they got to figure out a formula here to where I wish there didn't have to be 4 days at all. My problem, the injury thing, they can say all they want. We know, like players, it's tough on them. And I think a lot of the players will go, hey, I like the 10-day bye after it or whatever, the 10 days, the few days off, the extra weekend. Those are usually the young guys who are like, okay, I'm 23. I don't care that I got in a car crash on Sunday and Thursday. No big deal. It's not the older guys that always feel that way. And then the other thing, Mike, that we talk about a lot with the short week games that gets kind of swept under the rug in this conversation and was part of the problem last year, the quality of play is not as good. It's not. The players aren't able to lay it on the line the same way they are after they've had 7 days off and their body now feels fresh and ready to go. The game we've talked about, guys like Kyle Shanahan, Josh McDaniels, Andy Reid, they lose 3 days of creativity of let me come up with all these cool plays to screw over this defense and make this game fun and exciting. They lose that. Everything becomes basic. So that's where I wish they would just find a better formula. I wish they could do like we talked about. Team plays on Monday, Monday night, and then they play the next Thursday or whatever. Find a way to not make it 4 days. That's, I think, going to be the best for everybody involved altogether.
Yeah. It's not happening because
the
injury rates are the same. And it's going to be 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. I'm telling you, you're going to see they're going to find a way to come up with a schedule that has primetime games Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.